I invite you while you rest there to notice the sounds in your environment. There's passing traffic and some workers in the back doing a little hammering, a hum of my computer. You can hear my voice tuning in to these calls to the moment called sound right here, like this, noticing. You might notice the feel of your breath, following it as the air enters your body. All the micro movements there, filling lungs, lifting chest, letting yourself breathe all the way down into your belly. You might try a few long, slow, deep ones to signal to the body, no jobs, time to chill, just here, joining all the sentient, breathing beings around this sweet earth in this most essential ritual of life, alive. And noticing the places, as breath will do, noticing the places that are constricted, if there are any. And you might consider putting a soothing and firm hand on those places, belly, heart, throat, wherever your body is carrying any kind of tension. The hands of your heart coming to the creature of the body. There, 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 little sister, little brother, little sibling. There, creature. And as you breathe, you might imagine your out breath carrying tension down through your body into the earth for composting, feeling gravity's pull in your body, the weight, bulk of body as it rests into earth. And now here I have the gentle sound of rain. Noticing sound, noticing weight, noticing breath. Allowing your body in a way to become like a planted mountain. And this is the usefulness of the zazen posture of sitting upright. And feel the top of the mountain at the top of the head, sloping down into the earth. And let your body sink down into the earth, planted. Might even grow some roots planted here, firm, sturdy. The uprightness of your backbone, center pole of your human flesh temple. To yourself, notice the feel of that, the simplicity of human dignity. And you might imagine that as the trunk of a tree rising out of your rootedness up into the above branching. allowing the top of the head to fall open like a tulip, like a wine cup. Breath rising, branching into the sky. Out breath falling, sinking down into earth. You might, if you feel to, on your out breath, to make a nice low sound. If you can imitate a Tibetan monk, awesome. On the out breath, just vibrating the body. The low bass, feeling the belly, letting the belly soft and be fat like a baby planted in earth. The creature of the body is soothed by ground. Whether you sit on ground, you lie on ground, you lie under a weighted blanket, you bury yourself in sand. A creature, especially the creature that feels unsupported, craves this sense of grounding, containment. And you might notice, if you're in a car, if you're in a room, the walls around you, the absence of harshness, of grabbing hands, of demanding or angry voices. Relatively benevolent moment within which to take a break from trying to figure anything out, master anything, look into distances. Just plugging in below the mind to right here, right here. Plenty of air to breathe, solid ground under your body, sounds. And again, as you notice anywhere in your body that feels floaty, unsupported, tense, bring a hand there. And I would invite us as a collective, as we lay our hands on our own body creatures, to send that simple, comforting, soothing out to all the human beings right now who are feeling afraid. A simple acknowledgement, bringing attention to the creature of the body, scared right now. That's all that's happening in this moment when fear is rolling. It's that simple, scared. When we skip over tending to the body, the fear causes us to race about in our heads, which then exacerbates the fear in the body as it's left unaccompanied by felt consciousness. So allowing this noticing presence that you are to turn toward the creature of the body, let it sit in your lap. Let it soften. Let it take a break. Let it have big, deep breaths, going nowhere. And here we are, human beings, our lit, conscious aspect, this noticing presence that looks out of the eyes, what we connect to when we have a particularly deep meditation, a retreat, time in nature. We feel our expanded, lifted, almost from a realm behind this earthly realm. It's hard to speak geometrically. This coexistent reality of presence, of the eternal, a power greater than ourselves, we might call it. That aspect of us that looks out at the mishaps or the good fortune, equally noticing sound, feel the flow of sensation without a judgment about it, without an aversion to it. Just hear this aspect of you. So beautiful when we have an experience of tapping into that. Just here to witness all of this, and all of this being at its most simple level, a flow of sensation, sound, feel, sight, and thoughts. And so here we rest outside the everyday mind and the tales it weaves. We rest in presence. We rest in the simple flow of sensation that provides the building blocks from which we build our version of the world. And for this moment, let's see if we can refrain for a moment from building anything, any world, just noticing presence and the flow of sensation, the actual. This alert, noticing light that you are, and the sounds and the feels, resting here in this relatively, at least in the spot you're sitting, very likely relatively benign moment, using this quiet, this company to allow the body to take a rest from the fray, to soften and sink its bones into the earth, into your chair, your bed, the floor, the ground if you're outside, off duty, passenging, riding along on the great back of the earth, letting the world take care of itself. Throughout time, across countries, we, our ancestors, the people of the earth, the creatures of the earth, have been asked to face things. Each of you has been asked to face things. We are on earth. We are a wedding of presence and creature. And the way to live spiritually is not to shame or repress the creature or try to give it a talking to with logic. The creature needs our tenderness, our mercy, our intelligence, our resourcefulness to slowly lead it back to the actual. And so noticing, again, plenty of air to breathe, solid ground under your body, the sounds, your hands on the places in your body that have a clench, resting, going nowhere. Fear is not solved in the head. It's not solved by mentally understanding why we feel afraid, or logically defeating why we have no reason to fear, or logically supporting why we do have reasons to fear. Fear has nothing to do with reason. It is from creature land. And mind land and creature land do not speak the same language. Creature speaks energy. Creature speaks physical. Creature speaks ground, sound, touch. And even if we feel in a moment, like this is why does the creature produce fear? It feels that its survival is threatened. It feels that the survival of its fellows might be threatened. That's a great bit of information. One night I woke up here and to the sound of a man breathing like 4 feet from me. 1 in the morning, there was a fellow sitting on my porch, breathing and spitting. My body woke up and, what's happening? We can't help that response of the creature. Sometimes that response of the creature is directly coming from a circumstance. And even if logic says, that's 4 feet away behind a wall, I have a phone, the police will come, there's no threat right now, blah, blah, blah. It doesn't matter. Creature is jacked up and creature will be jacked up. Hands on creature, breath on creature, company for creature. But just like Pavlov's dog, we have had a variety of things conditioned, linked conditionally to our survival system, even when our survival or well-being is not threatened. So the work of trauma resolution, so much research and practical information coming out right now about how to soothe a jacked up creature. So important to waste no time in the head when the body is feeling fear. If there isn't an oncoming car coming right now, soothe, breathe, support the creature. Learn how to do that. Learn superpowers, toolbox full of that. The mind will convince us that our fear is about something, and that if we step away from the fear, we're being stupid or bypassing. We are so much more effective at dealing with actual reality when our bodies are soothed, when we are in touch with reality, when we are planted in the support of presence. Once again, bringing your attention to the feel of weight, letting your body have some nice, long, slow, deep breaths. Listening to the sounds, letting the body soften, letting your belly be fat and your face droop and your arms hang. Just here, gathering strength, resting, feeling the protection of the walls around you, the quiet sweetness of this gathering, opening a window to having some company in this moment. Fear uh, festers in isolation. We are at the creature level, herd animals, pack animals. And so seeking out gatherings, hugs, company, pets, to allow the creature to feel that it is not alone. Bless the heart of the dispatch worker when I called at 1 a.m. She was so sweet. She said, "Do you want me to stay on the phone with you until the officer gets there?" So dear, just a stranger, human woman with compassion. I said yes. Instead of manning up, I pussied down. Fear is in the realm of disowned yin, of vulnerability. And we would like to feel that we are invincible, that we are soft, we are mortal, we are at the mercy of life. We will all experience death. We will all experience some sorts of hard things, pain, loss. Somehow we are on the planet called Earth, where things are like this. There's not something wrong. Earth is like this. It's like this. It's been like this for many, many years, as far as we know. So soothing the body, landing, breathing, gathering strength, resting, making sense of things, getting company. We are so much more intelligent when we are not gripped in survival fear, so much more flexible. And it's not our fault that survival fear has been paired with things. And sting the body into earth, feeling weight, softening, breathing into the places that don't know how to soften, bringing hands to those places, going nowhere. Calling on whatever we feel to, whatever forces, depending upon your orientation, beliefs, background, calling on ancestors who have lived through things that are challenging, challenging times, calling on the sturdiness of earth. Calling on the light of all beings in body and out of body that rock with love and reality. Calling on support in body, out of body. Rather than a certain outcome. So much is out of our control. This is part of being human. We're at the mercy of life. So much is out of our control. So rather than any prayers of how things should go, in the middle of the dark night, when I couldn't control what was happening to me, a prayer arose. Give me the strength to bear your will. Whether you believe in a deity or the will of the Tao, things are brought to us to face here on earth. Give me the strength, the support, the company to bear your will, to navigate it. Each moment comes with its unique challenge, moment by moment by moment. We will individually and collectively face whatever the next moment brings as best we can. And I would just really invite you again to open a window to the company on this call, to the beings throughout time who have cared and been able to approach the moment in its simplicity, in its actuality. The greatest evolutionary period of my life was the darkest, as the pressure on my sense of self brought the house down, and something else rose up in the ashes. Something sweet, something pure, something simple, something eternal, something that murmurs through these words. There, human. There, human. Earth is not always an easy place. There is support. To do our best. In this great moment of not knowing, we really don't know how things will roll tomorrow and over the next few weeks. We really don't know. We honestly never know. And this making friends with hanging out in uncertainty, giving the mind a little vacation as we sink down into right here, right now, just this breath, ground, weight, sound, and the very next bit to handle, to address. Rumi says, keep on walking though there's nowhere to get to. Keep moving, but don't move the way fear makes you move. Don't look into distances. That's not for human beings. Don't look into distances. Just here, supporting the creature of the body. All creatures are pinned here to the present moment. They are our teachers that way. Your body is your teacher, calling you to land here, out of the fear-fueled dreams in your head, down into this sound, feel, very next step. It's really super sweet to feel you all out there, sitting in your spots, in your seats, in your corner of the world. All of us sharing this wedding of presence that we are and creature that has been assigned to us. I would so invite you to turn your nurturing, tender attention to summon every bit of kindness that you have, every bit of mercy that you have toward taking care of the creature of your body over the next few days. Not asking a lot of yourself, taking time out from doing to do things that soothe, be in nature, curl up in a blanket. If you have access to a friend who can hold you, or watch a movie with you, hold your cat, pet your dog, stay simple. Don't require much of the creature. As much as you can, don't abandon it. And for fear-fueled dreams, again and again, the call of the moment and the deepest spiritual call is here, out of the mind, breathing. If we can't trust, we can notice the feel, the texture of mistrust, and then notice the bits that are just so inarguably supportive, ground below us, plenty of air to breathe. Softening, sinking, hands off the steering wheel. A great river of life will go where it goes, carrying us with it, asking us to face the bits that we are here to face. And what a wonderful time to reach to your neighbors, your friends, your family members, to gather in simple ways, to remember the things that matter, to give the creature a little company. And if you're in the middle of a great period of solitude, where company doesn't feel so very possible, go to nature, soft, fuzzy things, things that nourish the body. We are way too smart. The creature is way too smart to be soothed by concept, to be soothed by pictures of hope. Pictures and concepts don't work on an animal. Tone does. Soothing does. Anything that helps us to feel grounded and safe. I want to speak directly to the being that you are, to the presence that you are. Hello, enduring, eternal, formless, love-filled, unaffected core of being. Let us for a moment sit as that, the scared creature in our laps. And if your creature, the creature of your body, feels no fear, imagine holding some of the beings out there who are right now most afraid, the people who feel that they or those like them will be adversely affected by this election. Feeling the great support of ground, the solid trunk of your spine. I am here to see this, to witness this, to be here for this, not an accident. black and white of separation, to soothe, to soften, to witness, to be, to be together. It's the breathing collective. Rising, falling, sinking, floating. Taking a break from the fray, resting here together. Our culture does not possess the wisdom of yin, of pause, of a break, of nothing, of nowhere, of self-care, of being in the Red Cross tent, of taking a break, of saying, I don't know how, I don't know, I can't. We treat that whole realm that ties us so intimately to our humanness with contempt. We are convinced that our human limitation is somehow failing. Not so. Our humanity opens us. It allows us to lean back into what does have control, what does have strength as we ride along. It allows us to feel each other, to feel tenderness and compassion. This creature aspect of us is not in the way. This creature aspect of us is not a mistake, not something we're supposed to step on with our cleats, but something to bend down to, be kind to, listen to, learn to speak its language, learn to support it. Creature's what's scared. What would you do if you came upon a little scared monkey in the woods? Would you give it a talking to? Would you give it some logic? Or would you pick it up in your arms if it was willing and soothe it? These bodies connect us to all the sentient creatures. These bodies teach us humility. In each moment, in this moment, there is the potential to allow our attention to peel itself off of manic thought and sink itself into anything that is actual and simple, soothing and here. I love the feel of weight as the body sinks into the earth. I love the sounds of my neighbors as they go about their business outside in the soft rain. You can hear in the tone of my voice is speaking from a very deep knowing. I don't even know how to speak this. All is, all is, all is as it should be. This is not a denial of all of the injustice that's happening. The mind cannot wrap itself around Earth and why Earth is the way it is. And no amount of trying to figure out why it is the way it is brings us anything but exasperation. We are living in the middle of a mystery that asks us to bring our deepest and best to bear. We're at the mercy. We're here together. One single extended human family. If you are human, you have a heart. Now I'd invite you to notice the space in your chest, this heart space. Put a hand there. Allow your heart to melt for the sweet creature of the body, for all of the sweet creatures of all the bodies, all the humans right now. Tenderness, mercy, understanding, putting our harsh judgments away, resting in the light of the holy. It's my word. You can use whatever word works for you. Truth, the Tao, allowing that to hold us in our very dear, humble, foolish, good-hearted attempts to live here in a good way. Tenderness, strength to you. Thank you so much for spending this little while with me, with us. How about we come on with faces? Stay resting, stay chill. And see all the faces of our representations of humanity here. Hi. And so invite you to rest soft, rest vulnerable. Let all these lovely humans sit in your heart. If there's anyone around you who could benefit from a kind word today, please don't hesitate to extend it. Ah, thank you all. My humble offering to us, sweethearts. Well, love. Yee. Take good care of yourselves.